Yu-Gi-Oh has had quite a bit of iterations.
Oh, I know. My
Like,
God, the number of summoning mechanics they have now.
well, like originally, life points was only 20 at the very
I
start,
have joined the Discord. Okay,
and
DZ, you are a snack.
that might seem really weird to hear that life points started out as 20 instead of 2,000, 4,000, 8,000.
Mm, 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 mm.
But that's because life points originally weren't affected by your monster's attacks attacking someone,
Right.
but instead the stars that a monster was subtracted from your life points whenever that monster was destroyed.
Oh. Okay.
And it worked a little bit more like Magic the Gathering, where when your monster attacked another monster, the attack points of your monster went against the defense points of the other monster.
Okay.
So the main reason why Yugi's whole Dark Magician against Blue Eyes made sense at first in the original was because Dark Magician has just slightly more attack points than Blue Eyes has defense points. So in that sense, they would sort of cancel each other out and kill each other.
Right. Right. No, I mean that makes sense. But I mean that is like that is back when they kind of originally this was Magic. Like they played Magic the Gathering, didn't they? If I'm remembering right.
Uh,
Or did they make up their own game?
They made up their own game. At the very beginning of the Yu-Gi-Oh series, there was no card game. It was very, very dark.
Well, you talking about the anime or the manga or both?
Both.
Okay. Because I do remember, like, God, what was it? So, okay, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0, so to speak. Yeah, there was no, oh my God, V4. I am not a booba warrior. Season 0, yeah, was like a bunch of different shadow games that were just kind of made up games on the spot, really.
Right. Because that's how it was originally. Was Yami Yugi, Pharaoh, Tim, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He was not the best person in life, and instead would go a bit further than just an eye for an eye. And if you wanted to be someone who broke the law and did whatever you want, you had to beat him at his own game without cheating.
Right.
Because if you cheated, you instantly lose. And the cost of losing is your soul getting trapped inside of another dimension forever.
Yeah, that's the whole mind crush, isn't it?
Yeah. It seems like their mind is broken, but in reality, it's like their entire soul or being is just removed from their body.
And in the case of particularly, shall we say, evil individuals, it may completely destroy their soul. If you lose, you get mind crushed. Minded crush. Yeah.
It, in some cases, it sort of made the person better, as seen with Kaiba.
Yeah.
Because it took everything in him that was corrupt and things like that and destroyed that part of him.
Right. And then made that weird dark... well, let's not talk about that. Okay, so draws can happen. Which makes sense. If you, For anyone that might not have been paying attention, it was just simply... Wait, another condition that decides the outcome of a duel is the occupation of summon areas. The areas indicated in blue whenever you attempt to summon a monster are called summon areas. Oh! So you can win by just surrounding your opponent so they can't summon anything.
So this is a bit more like chess.
A little bit. But it is still, like, primarily reduce opponent's life points to 0. If all of these areas are occupied by your opponent's forces, you will lose the match in play. To be more specific, if your opponent occupies all your summon areas at the end of your turn, you lose. Gosh, more torture. If you find yourself surrounded, it is vital that you clear at least one of these areas before your turn is over. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. If your leader is in this position, that leaves you with only 3 summon areas. When you're at the edge like this, there are only a few summon areas, and if they are all occupied, you'll lose. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Depending on terrain conditions, there are spaces that cannot be used as some... I see! I forgot that terrain was a thing in this. Okay. There's a little bit of Duelist Kingdom there. I will cut something now. What?
That was a really weird duel overall, the whole maze things with the Paradox Brothers.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting. I'll say that. The labyrinth board.
Maybe right, but they only used it one time, and then like they forgot about it for the rest of the series.
Well, yeah. The only other time anything like that, even close to that, came up was Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Right, which was a whole nother game entirely, which they then forgot about.
Correct. Although in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the Paradox Brothers actually came back. The next condition for deciding the outcome of a duel is life point comparison, resulting from the clock running out. Oh, okay, there's a timer.
I mean...
Time remaining in a duel is displayed in this location. The following number of turns remaining will decrease by 1 following the completion of your turn and that of your opponents. When the number of turns remaining reaches 0 and both players complete their respective turns, the outcome of the duel will be decided. So just whoever has most life points when you run out of time. Alright.
A lot of weird things happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. We just generally don't acknowledge it.
That's fine. I got no problem with GX.
I mean...
I'm losing my mind. Oh, I'm sorry, Goku.
All the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards were supposed to be based on, like, monsters that were from ancient Egypt or whatever that was brought to card games via Maximilian Pegasus or something like that. And then, somehow, in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, we have things like Kaiba Man, which doesn't make any sense at all, considering that that doesn't... How?
Well, that's fine. It's a card.
Yeah, it's a card, but, like, how does it fit in with the whole thing about monsters from Egypt? What?
Oh, just Pegasus made it.
It doesn't make sense, though.
You realize that as Yu-Gi-Oh! Went on, like, okay, you do realize that as the show went on... Oh, thank you for the lurk, Goku. You do realize as the show went on that, a lot more monsters were not based on anything from ancient Egypt.
Oh yeah, like it just kept jumping the shark.
Hell, God, what was it? I only learned this recently. That towards the end there, that duel where the card Marshmallow was used.
Mm-hmm.
Yugi imagined that card. Yeah, no, he made it up. And it just brought it into existence.
That reminds me of, like, the main reason why I hated, Arc V, I think it was?
Maybe? I don't know.
Which one is the one that brought out, Pendulum Monsters?
That's Arc V. I never watched it.
Well,
I thought you were going to say... I actually thought you were going to say Zexal for a second, but...
Well, I really, really dislike Arc V, primarily because, like, literally, the main character of the series is in a duel.
Yeah.
He's losing the duel.
Yeah.
So what does he do? He makes an entirely new rule and, like, separate types of cards and play areas on the spot, and is somehow allowed to do that in the duel itself
Uh-huh.
and actually win the duel.
Is that what pendulum summoning is?
That's how pendulum summoning came to be.
Well, all right
Because,
then.
you know, can't win? Okay, make it up yourself.
Okay, I'm going to use these magic cards that actually have this ability that no one's ever heard of before. But yes, these cards exist, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
What?
and what's worse is that they use it on a computer system,
Yeah.
which has a pre-built program in it, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, but it accepted it as valid play.
I mean, here's the thing. Okay, see, here's where this gets weird by that kind of idea. Oh, apparently this is how you summon Exodia. Okay. Under that kind of idea, like that, think about it like this. If the cards existed, because obviously the cards existed, he used the cards,
Right.
and the computer accepted them, then someone made those cards. Somehow, like, they were made in some way. And obviously they were valid cards if the computer system recognized them. But then the question is who? And how?
The way I see it, Yugi could have just put his freaking driver's license face down and it would have worked.
I mean, I don't know about that. I summon Yugi.
You make that joke, but there are Yu-Gi-Oh cards that have the actual characters
I know.
on them.
Oh no, I know. Some of them are like TCG exclusive, like not the original card game, but I use my spell cards out in the... Oh my god. God damn it, V4. That sounds so bonkers. Okay, V4, I'll have another snack. As we're still in tutorial. God freaking damn it. I did not realize the tutorial would be so long. Details and rules for dueling. Oh my god. I kinda wish I hadn't started the tutorial now. Situation in which several monsters have been summoned to the field. Oh, okay. How many monsters do you have in the field? Okay, so you can only have 5 monsters on the field. Yeah, you try to summon a new one and the monster just gets destroyed. Okay. I summon Legal Drinking Age. I choked on my snack. Oh god. Ow. You're the one who wanted a refresher on the rules, DC. Yeah, I know. I didn't think it was going to be this freaking expensive. Oh my god. Leave a summon area open. Can I just skip? Consumption and recovery of summoning power. Oh my god, please stop.
At this rate, it might be quicker just to restart the game.
Can I skip? Is there a skip button? At the beginning of the turn, you get 3 points. However, you'll not be able to accumulate over 12. Yeah, okay. We want game. I'm trying. Some monster spell cards can significantly help or hinder recovery of summoning power points. Use these to your best advantage. Oh, great. Oh my. Look at spell cards. When placed face down and unused, your opponent will not be able to tell whether you have a spell or a monster in play. Like monster cards, spell cards can be attacked. Okay.
The anime itself just made up a lot of shit as they went along. So, like,
I'm getting old. Sorry, V4.
every single time they placed a monster face up in defense mode, that's not how that works.
No, it's not. It really isn't. But that's because the rules were made up after. Funny enough. The official rules for the actual card game outside of Yu-Gi-Oh were made up after Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's actually something new. There's something interesting. Your monster can attack a spell card and just destroy it if it doesn't do anything. You can also attack into traps.
This game is weird.
Okay, and if a spell goes after a monster card, the monster wins and destroys the spell. Okay.
I mean, it's weird, but it's not as weird as, like, as Fallsbound. But
no, this is weird. I'm gonna say this is weirder than Fallsbound, at least in my opinion.
Okay. In your opinion, yeah, but like you're considering Fallsbound as its own separate, like RPG thing.
Yeah.
But if you're considering it as like
a Yu-Gi-Oh game,
Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah,
right,
then it's weird.
Kind of. See, here's the way I look at it. You remember the whole, like... So in Yu-Gi-Oh! In the series, you remember the whole virtual world arc?
Oh yeah, that was really
weird.
Both
of
also.
Them. There's the one with the first one with the where they went into, like, the game where, like, Joey was a barbarian and shit. You remember that?
Yeah, and then they rode, like, the giant chickens chocobo style.
Yeah. So... Fallsbound Kingdom is like that.
I suppose.
Basically. You go into a virtual world and you use monsters and stuff to fight. This game isn't weird. Look at the board. This is a chessboard. Well, no, it's not. It's a bit bigger than a chessboard, I think, but I don't know.
It's a little bit like a chessboard.
A little bit. You should always remember that all those spell cards capable of powerful magic, they can be easily destroyed. Yeah, don't be an idiot and put a spell card out in the middle of a bunch of monsters where a monster can just break it. Spell card attacks a spell card. In this case, the attacked spell card is destroyed and the attacking spell card succeeds in penetrating your opponent's defenses. Shooting attack with the face down will let you avoid having the card turned face up when you wish to avoid it. Blah, 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 blah. I am so sorry for this, everyone. I am so sorry. I did not realize... Wait, what? What just happened? This time spell card is activated. It's important to remember the conditions for activating a magic card. Completes its move face up. Hence, regardless of whether a battle occurs, the magic card is activated since it completed its move face up. As a result, you should be careful about moving a face up spell card. Okay. Terrain effect. Oh my god. Stop. Stop. You have too many rules, game. You have too many rules. I summoned... Huh. Okay, V4, the number of times I have told you that you will never see a nip slip. God damn it. Celtic Guardians. This space with terrain has no effect. Let me guess. If it moves onto the meadow... Yeah, gain a boost of 500 attack and defense. Okay. Good to know. So it's kind of like Duelist Kingdom. Oh, it can move up to 2 spaces also on that location. Alright. Huh. Alright, well there's something at least useful. Are we done? Okay, so it only counts while the monsters face up. Good to know. Okay, thank you, game. Yeah, alright. So we have a dark terrain. Oh my god. Jinxie, save me. Help.
I mean,
help!
I'm not sure what you want me to do here.
I don't know.
You chose this game.
I did, but well, technically my Discord chose it, but you know. Speaking of which... Oh, okay, before I'll grab another snack. Glad I got a pile of these right next to me. Terrain with special features. Labyrinth terrain. Okay. The labyrinth is an extremely powerful obstruction and cannot be entered by most monster and spell cards, nor by a leader. In addition, a labyrinth space cannot function as a summoning area. However, a card that has entered a labyrinth space by means of effects such as teleportation can easily exit the space and enter adjacent spaces. You can also initiate an attack against a monster located in a labyrinth space. Alright. Wall Shadow has the ability to freely enter or exit the labyrinth space.
It's just like an exception to the rule. Okay, then.
No, Wall Shadow is specifically the thing Para and Dox used in their duel. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's still...
It's actually
like
a thing in this.
It's the one thing, the one creature that can just, like, bypass all the rules there.
I mean, just the Labyrinth, I guess. Although maybe that other one, what was it, Labyrinth Tank? Maybe that one.
No, Labyrinth Tank was not allowed to pass through things, but it, like, blocked your pathway and, like, made it impossible for you to get past it.
Are you sure? Because I thought Labyrinth Tank drilled through walls.
It did have a drill on it, so, I mean, maybe.
I'm not 100%. It's been a while. And I will crush terrain. I'm trying to play attacking district powerful. Okay, so apparently there's terrain that kills monsters with 1500 or more attacks. That's just crush card virus then. Alright, got it. Okay, you told me you don't have to show me by having a Celtic Guardian go in, and then a Flame Swordsman go in and die. Yeah, alright. Yeah, it died, I get it. Spell Binding. Considering my magic card is unable to move as a result of a spell or other... Okay, my god. I'm just gonna start skipping through this as quickly as I freaking can because I'm losing my mind. Oh my. Although I am gonna say, funny enough, out of everything, when you were, like I said, when you were talking about like why you didn't like Arc V, and again, I haven't seen it, I thought you were gonna say Zexal. Because...
I know very little about Zexal.
Okay, then there's a point in Zexal that will possibly annoy you as much as Arc V. Alright?
Okay.
Well, you remember the Destiny draw?
Uh-huh.
That's like Yugi's thing, and then most, you know, protagonists freaking have it, where they can just draw, and then here's the card you need. You know?
Yeah.
So, Scribbing tutorial longer than the game's speedrun. Yeah, no kidding. Parrot Dragon's win attribute. So in Zexal, when the main character Yuma, yeah, it's Yuma. When he combines with Astral, who's his, you know, basically Yami in this case. When he combines with Astral, one, they get a cool new form. They actually merge into one being and look kind of awesome. But two, he gets a slightly different version of the Destiny draw.
Okay.
He can draw cards that don't exist. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna draw this. This didn't exist until just now when I drew it.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty messed up. I mean...
Then again, I mean, that... Okay, hold on. You think
the cards are still following the rules? It's not that bad.
The card's
but, like...
following the rules, but the card didn't exist. Like,
yeah, but still.
It's a made-up card. Like, it's literally, here's a card that works specifically with the monster you have. Like, typically there were Utopia kind of monsters.
I mean... with Pendulum Monsters, it was different because it's like literally rewriting the entire game
All right, all
just
right.
because they're losing a duel.
Okay, let me try this then for you real quick. Here's something that the villain did. The final villain. Here's something that they did in Zexal, and this is part of like the whole reason why Zexal was even a thing, like the whole plot. The big thing was they were trying to get like okay, the big thing in Zexal, they were trying to deal with something called the Numeron Code.
I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah, it basically can create reality. It can alter reality, it can create universes, destroy universes, etc., etc. All powerful, you know.
Uh-huh.
So, villain kind of gets a taste, like, gets to tap into it using a card, a field spell called Numeron Network. Alright?
Uh-huh.
The anime version is fucking stupid. For one simple reason. You know what it lets him do?
What's that?
It lets him basically say, oh, guess what? You didn't play that card, you played this card instead.
Go to hell! Can't you see?
Oh my god. We're trying, V4.
We're already here.
Depending on how desperate gift is, you may be you can attempt a destiny draw. Okay. Oh, we get the ability to destiny draw. They will get to it, V4. We're trying to get to it, V4. Try drawing a card. Uh-huh. Oh. It's flashy and fancy. What did we draw? Take a look at the last card you drew. Card on the far right. Should be a card that will bail you out of the current situation. Is that an arsenal bug? Using this card wisely will help you... Yeah, it's an arsenal bug.
So it's not really a destiny draw because it's not going to give us exactly the card we need. Instead, it's just going to give us a card that should help out.
Yeah. Okay, so when does the Shockmaster tie into this? Oh, hi, Lozo Valazo? I hope I said that right. Scorpion King. Arsenal Bug is unbelievably broken in this game. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. However, you should remember that Destiny Draw depends on luck and only occurs once in a duel. Okay. What might happen is anybody's guess. All you can hope is that Lady Luck smiles on you when you most need it. Okay. Indeed, it's me. Well, it's a pleasure having you here. Having both of you here, actually. Yeah, Shockmaster's not in this one, thankfully. That won't happen if your hand already consists of 5 cards. In this case, all you need to do is reduce your hand in the hopes triggering Destiny Draw. Okay. Are we done with the tutorial now? All cards are deeply bound to the Duelist. Your experience is a vital key to strengthening the power. An indication of this is provided by rank. A record of a card's performance throughout all your duels. What? A highly ranked card will demonstrate special powers unique to its nature when the card becomes a leader. Take a look at Dark Magician ranked Field Marshal. Huh? I see. Card's special powers are extended support range, increased strength for same type friendlies, and weaken specific enemy type. I see. Take a look at the opponent's leader. I guess we have to use Zombiera. Hi, DZ. Hi, Chainsaw Bear. How are you? Or Zompire, one or the other. Nah, honestly, if I get my choice, I'm going with, oh god, what is it? Command Knight? I think that's what it's called. Just saying hi before I go to bed. Kitten. Wait, before I go to bed. Long day. But I get my kittens tomorrow. 2 kittens. Nice, Chainsaw Bear. Nice, nice. Baby Dragon has the following special powers. Increased movement and open opponent's card. Since there are various special powers that evolve for each leader monster, we won't be able to cover them all. To understand the concept, let's take a look at the Baby Dragon situation. The best way to learn about the special powers of a card, raise your own leader and watch it evolve through the course of battle. Uh-huh. Oh god.
So,
Command Knight, let me check him up.
In a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh games, there is like a password system where you can input like little passwords that exist on the cards themselves.
Right.
I'm wondering if this game has that.
Maybe. Okay, so apparently Baby Dragon has the ability when something gets close to it, it can just flip it face up to see what it is. Oh, this monster.
Oh.
Odd this got far enough set-wise for that. Yeah, I know, it's a little weird, but it's a little, if I'm remembering right, that card's a little crazy in this game. Pretty much covers the rules of dueling. Oh, thank God. We're finally past the tutorial. This is going to be 2 episodes in and of itself, Jinxie. My God. I'm not kidding. This is like an hour, over an hour. First, Jinxie, you must select a deck to duel with. It is important that you feel the vibrations of a deck leader, the minute resonations that ring true to your soul. The cards themselves draw their power from the energies of the ancient ones. The deck leader acts as an intermediate between the ancient ones and the deck builder. I kinda just want to play already. Jinxie! It's essentially you select a card leader whose rhythm matches the stirrings of your soul. Yeah, most have that. Most simulators do, like Stairway to the Destined Duel in 2004, granted with some rules regarding the password system. True, true. Here are several decks from which to choose. Give it some serious thought and make your selection. Choose carefully, for the deck you select will guide the destiny of your duels. Okay, Air Knight Parshath, Maiden of the Aqua, Molten Behemoth. Average summon level 3.47, 3.29, 3.59. So, I'm trying to remember now. I think Maiden of the Aqua allows 2 episodes of Tutorial Hell. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Selfie. I think Maiden of the Aqua allows for... Oh, you're not going to let me see any more than this, are you? Yeah, allows for, like, Umi to be played automatically. Stairway-wise is once you enter the password and receive the card, you can no longer get that card via that password unless you make a completely new game. Oh, I see. So it's a one-time password and then that's it.
Right. But still, you can get some pretty good cards that way.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go with Maiden of the Aqua, I think, because there's only 2 attributes and 2 races. Both the others have like 4 attributes and races, which means they're much less specified. Whereas Maiden of the Aqua kind of seems to be very, like, condensed down to a specific combat strategy, so to speak. Does that make sense?
A little bit?
Like, what I mean is, like, in a lot of games, like, having, like, in some games, like, having a lot of options, like, you know, a Pokemon team is a good thing, right?
Right.
However, in card games, typically, you want your deck to be streamlined to focus on what your deck does.
Yeah.
So it seems like, with having less attributes and less monster types, it's more streamlined than the other 2. At least that's what I'm thinking. Also, it does have 2,000 defense. Oh my. Alright, we'll go with Maiden of the Aqua.